Our veterinary expert, Dr. Michelle Gonzalez, has pretty much seen it all when it comes to animal illnesses and injuries. That list even includes pet birth defects. So how do you help a dog born with a missing paw? In today's Find a Friend segment, sponsored by Rascal Animal Hospital, we are learning that you just make a quick trip to Lowe's, mix in some ingenuity, and you get a pet prosthesis that will have your tails wagging. We have Dr. G here with her latest patient, Casper. So good to have you back, Dr. G.
Thank you.
This case is probably one of the coolest, how it all kind of transformed. So tell us Casper's story.
So Casper was surrendered to Pet Promise along with his sister. They're Great Pyrenees. They were probably about 3 to 4 months old when they got surrendered, and they were extremely antisocial, very scared dogs. And then on top of that, Casper has a defect in which he is missing his left front paw. So if you were to compare him to a human, he's missing from the wrist down. So whenever he tries to walk, he has a hard time because his leg is 2 inches too short at this point, at his age. He's going to be so much bigger when he's done growing.
Right. He's only about 6 months old now.
He's only about 6 months old. He's still just a puppy. So when he walks without anything, he has a hard time getting around. He limps quite a bit. So that's what we needed to figure out something to help him with.
Right. And you came up with a solution. We're going to see some video of this. So tell us what you did.
So basically what we did, we had researched a lot of different facilities that do similar things, but unfortunately they're really costly. And rescues are limited in the funding that they have. So a lot of these prostheses tend to be like $1,500, $2,000. And he's still a puppy, so he would need 6 or 8 different prostheses. So what I figured is, trying to take an idea from a human prosthesis, like for the runners and the joggers that have those metal parts to their legs so that they can bounce better.
Sure.
I figured getting that, combining it with a cast or a splint, and then giving him something that can be useful for him.
So you literally went to Lowe's.
Yes.
And made this prosthesis.
Yes, I went to Lowe's and it was a great experience because the people at Lowe's are really helpful. So while I was there, I went and I said, this is what I'm trying to do, this is what I'm trying to make. And then the different departments were like, oh, I think this is the metal that you're looking for, you can do this, but then this other department can help you with what the best screws are gonna be. So I went there and we got it all figured out. And then my brother-in-law, Mick, who works for us, he's really good with tools. So he actually helped in designing it and bending it, putting all the screws in place, and it's a work in progress, so it's definitely not perfect, but it's what we need for this point in time.
And he's walking. We're looking at the video when he first kind of got the prosthesis on.
Yes.
He's probably had to make some adjustments, right? Kind of get used to it.
Absolutely. And that video actually is right after we put it on. So this is immediately, within a few minutes of getting it on, we took him outside, took him to the grass because it was going to be a softer surface for him, and had him walk, and he was already walking so much better.
And did he notice, was he kind of like, what is this thing going on? Dogs are obviously very curious creatures.
Absolutely. He kind of hated having a splint put at all, like he was walking just all, really like hypermetric. But then after it was on for a little bit, and again, it's kind of like that realization of, okay, it's not coming off, and hey, I can touch the ground now, that, he just started leaving it alone.
So is Casper going to be up for adoption? Is he ready?
He's going to be up for adoption. So obviously he needs to go to a special home that can handle a dog with special needs. But he will be up for adoption, and it's through petpromise.org. So anybody interested can do that. And they have an event this weekend, and he might be there as well.
I know. We've got a great event we want to talk about because Pet Promise is really made up of volunteers. So events like these are really important for them because fundraising is what they need.
Absolutely. And that's what they're doing. This rescue run is something that they do every year on Memorial Day weekend, and it's a 5K run down by Nationwide Arena. And what they do is obviously they get funds from the people that are running, but then they also have a lot of activities. They have tents, they have groups, animal-related groups, and then the Rascal unit will also be there to provide. We do microchip clinics. We provide information about what we do, and then we also help as first aid if there's an animal that has any issues or injuries during the race, because the dogs go on the race as well.
They're racing too.
Yes.
Bless you.
Then we're there to help them out.
So all of this money that is raised, Pet Promise uses that to take care of dogs like this.
Absolutely. They do a fantastic job with special needs dogs. A lot of groups will not take on a dog like him. They're willing to do that. Most of their money goes to spay and neuter and the dogs that they adopt, but they do a lot of stuff. Recently we had a dog that we had brought here, also Oscar, that had been thrown into a dumpster. That's a dog from them as well. So they take on all these challenging cases to give them a better chance.
All right, Dr. G, that Pet Promise Rescue Run is this weekend, of course, and you can get more information on the websites that you see on your screen. So thank you.
Thanks.